All right, bitches, we're back. Thanks to us. I should shout out the guy's thing. Um, I'm even gonna pull him up.
Okay.
This guy right here. This guy, Oral Ace McKenzie, for sure South African. This gentleman's YouTube video fixed our problem. MVP,
if you
hero
will.
today. Hero today, right here.
Not like the terrible Metallica song.
It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right, so yeah, so let me clear this window out. Boom. Oh, good googly moogly.
Wow, that was weird. I just opened the feed and his picture's just blow right there.
Man.
I was like, whoa, who's this guy?
What was funny about that video is it was like, I'm going to help you fix your problem in 1 second. He does this. And then it like cuts to like an ad. It's like, come to Tanisha's nail bar. I was like, what the fuck? And then it got to the solution. What?
I hope that's his.
I think he put an ad in 4. It was just great. It wasn't like a YouTube's like slid it in there like, oh, you gotta watch this ad. It was just like something that was in there for 2 seconds.
That's how we need to do ads.
Just fake ones. That'd be amazing.
Oh, I was just meaning just for things we like.
No,
just slide ads in there.
Okay, so let me go to the text fields. So do we just make sure that I'm not just like high as a kite over here, filled with Larry's flamingo fruit fight or whatever the hell it is.
Don't even try saying that again.
For sure.
That was a mess.
For sure.
Yeah. Somebody's Harold. Yeah.
How na?
Ooh, whoa, horsey.
I know this is like anticlimactic because we're going live and stuff, Brian, but I really gotta go take a leak. But are we about? Do you want to do the quiet time test while I'm gone, and then we'll get this party started?
That's my new podcast, the Quiet Time Test.
It's great.
So,
all right,
I can do that.
I'm gonna probably run over the dog with my chair, and then I'll be right back.
Cool.
No, I got confirmation. It is fixed. Thank God.
Okay.
All right, back. Val, move your face. Holy cow. All right, I'm back. I'm back on the helm or whatever. You know what I've had in my head all day today, and I kind of hate myself because of it?
Brain-eating parasite?
That would probably be preferable. I've had baby shark, do, baby shark. It's horrible. And I don't know why.
Maybe you should quit listening to it so much. Yeah. Yeah. It's like every sound on your phone.
Exactly.
You know,
email, text,
email, doesn't matter. Yeah, everything. Like, how do you know which message?
It's all great though.
All I know is I get to hear my song.
I get to hear my shit, yo. All right. Do we got anything else we need to accomplish before we get this party started?
We need to do a sound check, so make sure it's sound okay on this end at least.
You know, while we're doing the sound check, I'll finally put out that thing I was trying to Instagram before I found out that we were up shit creek with our audio. Yeah, I know.
Good show. Or do you have your soundboard?
I can't show people that. That's like a preview of my my notes for the show. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I do have the soundboard set up.
You could show a preview, but just blur it really well.
Takes so much work. Hey there, kids.
Or show like one thing.
Come on, Brian. You're killing me. Kill me, buddy.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I do.
One more time.
Softly.
Well, with his fingers.
One time.
Hey there, kids and kiddos and cats and whatever else. This is Tony from Salty Language. Brian's right there on the screen too. We're about ready to go live. Salty Language Pod on the YouTubes. Make sure you check us out. Listen, subscribe, like, diddle yourselves, whatever. We do all the things.
I mean, accurate.
I don't even know if it was recording, I'll be honest. I don't think so. All right, beauty. What? It cut it off. Really? God damn it. My brilliant work.
Yes. Brilliant. Cut off.
All right. So one more time. I swear. Hey guys, Salty Language Pod here. Brian, Tony. We're about to go live on YouTube. SaltyLanguagePod.com at SaltyLanguagePod on YouTube. And, listen, subscribe. I'm going to go to diddle line again. Please diddle. And, we're going to go live shortly. Soon. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I like your tweet. Okay, just kidding. Kitty.
Yeah. Tee. Oh man.
Baby shark, dude. God damn it. God damn it. All right. Okay, I think I'm finally ready over here. Oh, you need my soundboard, don't you?
What we gotta do? Yeah, we still got the sound check.
All over the place. I apologize.
No, it's fine. All right,
for sure.
You ready?
Yeah.
To do the sound check. All right.
Test.
The tower of power, too sweet to be sour. I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the plate.
Thank you, Macho.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, baby. You will be missed.
Perfect. Excellent. Everything sounds like sounds.
That's amazing.
Yep. All right.
So we good? Theory?
Yep.
All right, so cue up. I gotta slide this over to my music tab.
The music?
Someday this Nook's just gonna self-destruct like a Galaxy whatever.
Dude, with everything else that's happened today, don't call the thunder.
You are correct.
Let Thor have the night off, or Zeus, or whoever you want to.
All right, you ready, buddy? All right, here we go.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with a pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
And now coming to the States. No. Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 406. Finally.
406, finally? What number is that?
Yeah. I don't know. But
you mean of all our trials and tribulations?
Yes. I just almost feel like The Rock should have brought us in with the finally. You know, like,
for sure, right?
Crow.
I mean, or...
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus! Yeah, a little Stone Cold action.
God. Texas
if you don't tune into the live stream, you missed all the nonsense that we were dealing with. All the nonsense.
Yeah, missed it.
That was some, like I said, shout out to that South African gentleman in his video that fixed this problem. Because that was...
Right. South African.
that was
sure.
a nightmare, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
But we're better now. We're stronger because of it.
Yeah.
In theory. Maybe.
Sure. You know, something funny here. So, when you start playing the song, the intro song, I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know, listening to the intro. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta hit record.
Well, you could take care of that in post.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I could. You're right. I could cut the whole song
but now
out
it's
and just drop
funnier
it
if
back
it comes in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's not really in the middle. It's just, you know how there's the guitar, like the instrument. Yeah. It's like, that's not going to be as long as normal.
Well, what would be great is if someone's like listening and be like, that sounds different. What'd they do different? And they're fuck ups. Right. That's right. I forgot.
Right. And you know, the best part is I could have just kept my mouth shut about the whole thing.
Right.
You know, and just never said a word about it. And if anyone said anything, I could just deny. But it's not how we roll here.
See, now I just got intel that my voice is weird.
Well, that's accurate.
What's going on, man?
Like, what kind of weird, though?
I'm fixing it right now, actually. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Theory.
Good. Okay.
Maybe.
Testosterone chat. Just gonna yank on your other ball till it drops.
Right?
Then it won't sound weird.
It's a problem. It sounds fine in my ear, but if it's going out weird.
Yeah. It sounds fine to me, too. That's the really messed up part here. Yeah. Is that to us, everything sounds fine.
In theory, it should be fine. I love how we did this like completely on the fly. In the very beginning, I didn't like touch hardly any settings. And now things are just going completely sideways. It's fascinating. It's just completely fascinating. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, it's true. It's the Salty Language way. You know,
it is.
It's the right microphone. Apparently it's better. So, all right.
Okay.
Stop doing stuff. Noted.
No more diddling.
I love to diddle. Wait.
No diddling.
No diddling.
All of your studio is now a no diddling zone. At least for the next however amount of.
You know what's really interesting, Brian? Is I don't know what happened in my Skype window. But we're for sure still connected because I'm talking to you.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the YouTube feed, and it's still
I
showing
don't know
you,
what's happening.
so-
This has been one of the weirdest days I've ever had. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either. It's just all crashing down.
I was like, because I don't know.
Right.
Caramba is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, it's also I don't know. Whatever. We're plowing forward. We're gonna do this.
That's right. Yeah. Bad sound or not?
It's already on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Or...
Well, how about this? If you're going through the YouTube's playback and for some reason it doesn't sound fine, the podcast audio should be fine. So, just wait a day or two or something, and it'll either be on YouTube or you could just subscribe to the podcast at SaltyLanguage.com. Or on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever it is you get your
podcast. It would be sure cool to be on Apple.
You know what's interesting, and I'm sure you're referring to your All the Beers Pod, right?
.com.
I've been able to download your show with
really?
Overcast.
Well, it's because the RSS feed works.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought that pulled from Apple.
It's, unfortunately, because Apple apparently doesn't like guys with beards or something. I've been denied so far. I'm about ready to fill out the form again with maybe some anthrax or
right, tape a 10 or to it,
pic, something, whatever
works. Exactly. Throw it all at them. Wait, tape a 10 to your dick.
Now we're talking.
Or tape a 10 to your dick and take
even better because I get to keep 10.
Whichever. Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably the best solution, right there.
Yeah, you want a cheddar wrapped hot dog? Gotcha.
That's hilarious, dude. You remember hot dogs that had that weird cheese inside of them? That couldn't have been healthy.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's perfectly healthy. Cheese is always healthy.
Cheese is pretty great, but that wasn't real cheese.
Oh no, that's probably processed cheese or something like that.
But man, I remember, I'll be like, oh, hey, I got those cheesy dog things. I'll be like, yes. It was like the skies opened up and angels descended with a bag of hot dogs.
Yeah. Which is essentially, so you're saying they showed up with a bag of dicks,
because you don't need your dick in heaven. I'm not going to.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm for sure not going to heaven. Like, bro, I like this thing.
Yeah, it's
keeps me company when I'm lonely.
Oh. Why so down, pal? I'll leave it up to you. Which is talking to which?
I'll tell you why I'm down. I got up here and St. Peter lopped off my dick.
Yeah. Well, that's a good reason.
Do it.
Meanwhile, there's just people just bathing in bathtubs of dicks in hell, right. Frolicking in fields of them blowing in the wind like pussy willows.
All the frolics.
I feel like I accidentally crossed metaphors there. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm hanging up cords. Everything's still a mess from when we last recorded.
Well, we were under the influence of sugar.
Yeah, and then I had to, everything was set up behind me, and I had to tear everything down. I just unplugged everything and put everything back, so everything's kind of like a mess. But
yeah, you should just slid the table forward and left.
That would have been a good solution, I think. Yeah,
but it's understandable.
It's just funny because it's I wish I could hear what was actually going out to the people, because all I can hear is what's coming through the board, which is what should be going out to the people, which is why I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But God damn it! Not all the baby turtles make it to the sea. Bloody, bloody, bloody.
Yeah,
Well.
that's what I've heard. Spurlers, not all the.
Spurlers, exactly. Sorry, I'm adjusting all the things
Make it.
over here.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm better now, though. No.
All right.
Yeah, right.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, man. So how the hell are you, Brian?
Yep.
I feel like it's been forever since I
not too
talked to you,
bad.
because I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was. It's been, I don't know, 6 or 7 years at
It
least.
definitely feels like that. You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm doing all right. Everything's just kind of meh and boring.
Right.
But quick update. I mean, you know about this because I've talked to you, separately about this. As I mentioned on the show last week about my brother, having a heart attack and open heart surgery. He's home now and obviously sore,
Right.
but otherwise seemingly on the mend. So.
Well, that's good. Is he?
Yeah, I just figured I'd throw an update out there for anybody who might, who was curious, because, it's weird when you listen to like a podcast or a TV show or something like that, and they're just like blah 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 story, and you never hear the follow up, like on the news, all the time. Like, I mentioned this to my mom and I were talking one night, and I was like, I wish there was like a follow up news. Like to where like they would just be like, oh, remember this story we talked about 6 months ago? Well, here's how it turned out.
You know what? To be fair, that's kind of our program.
Well, yeah.
Because we do that all the time. We do the old salty follow-ups.
Well, at least we
That's
do
true.
that,
It's because we
when
care
we
about the
think
people,
of it, or that's right. That's right.
You know?
We
We care.
It was weird. I'm watching the CBS Evening News tonight, and the anchor's name is Jeff Glor,
What's his name?
right? And Jeff
I don't like
Glor.
that name.
Oh, all right.
I'm just
But
saying.
anyway, so at the end of the broadcast, though, he's like, goes into this speech, and it's like, is this his final show? Like, is he walking away or whatever? Yeah, it turns out apparently CBS is replacing him with I can't think of the woman's name. It's Nora something.
Dunn.
Um,
I got nothing.
no, it's not Nora. That would be weird. But they're replacing him with her, and instead of like him continuing the job until she takes over, he basically is just like, told them where to stick it. Essentially, no, he basically, like, tonight's his final broadcast, and she's not taking over until
Really?
like the summer. So, yeah, apparently they're just going to rotate hosts like they did after Dan Rather left. They kind of left. They kind of just
Right.
rotated for a little while. So it was just such a weird thing. It was like, whoa, what's going on? So of course the first thing I do is, Google why he's leaving. And then I was like, oh, all right, well, that's a good reason. I probably would too if they were like, yeah, how you're hosting the, they pull the old everyone hosting the evening news step forward, and he goes to step, and they go,
whoa, buddy.
yeah, just
Yeah,
you,
no,
Nora.
Nora, you're out. It's like the Godfather when they kick out Fredo. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So
I'm smart.
I mean,
Sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't recall who the woman is. Like, I'm sure I've seen her on there before, but I can't recall who she is.
Christy
But it
Brinkley.
was like, I kind of like,
Kathy Ireland.
yes. No, I would definitely remember if
Yeah,
it was
me
either
too.
of them. Yeah. Like, why is the news so much more
exactly.
interesting right now?
Why am I so focused on these old ladies?
Yeah, that's the real question.
And that's the rest of the story. Remember Paul Harvey? God, my dad was
Yeah, I
all
do.
about Paul Harvey.
My dad was too.
Good
Listen- Yeah, it's like you listen to him for like 17 hours to get a one-liner that at best gets a
Yeah, exactly.
out of
that
you.
man was
One.
Abraham Lincoln. And that's the rest of the story.
Like, oh, thank
Good
God. Oh, man. I was never happier than when I heard the good day, because that meant his ass was off the air for a while.
Exactly right.
At least for like an hour until he came back on to tell another 17-hour
sure.
story. Ugh.
Ugh is right.
Then his son took over after he died. I don't know if
What
you ever
happened
heard
when he
that.
died? I mean, besides he died?
His son, well, he died, and then his son did the show
Really?
for a while. But yeah, it didn't catch on because his son didn't have the
Well,
personality.
shocking, right?
No, what I'm saying is his son had less personality.
I got you. That's kind of unfortunate.
It's so funny though. Yeah. That show was like the Reader's Digest of radio shows.
The Reader's Digest large format.
Yes, because the only people who seemed to really like that show were much older
I mean,
people.
that's accurate.
They appreciated his gentle
good day.
humor.
I'll never forget that, though. Good day.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give him that. You know, within one show, he had 2 catchphrases.
It's true, right?
So, my favorite was the "Good Day" one, like I said, because that meant he was done.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Ugh.
All right, let's move on from Paul Harvey. How have you been?
I mean, I've been as reasonable as I can be, I guess. You know?
All right.
I mean, what are you going to
Yeah.
do? Right? I mean, I've been working like my dick off lately, which just sucks.
Trying to get to heaven. Gotcha.
Exactly. I'm gonna rub it out like a pencil.
Wait.
Wait, that sounded horrible, didn't it? Yeah, like I'm gonna sharpen
it
this
did,
mug.
Yep.
I've just been bro. Like it's got to the point that I'm like job hunting again. Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
I wasn't on the show last week. I needed Heno to step in. Thank God he could, because I effectively worked 2 jobs last week. I put in 84 fucking hours. Yeah,
Wow.
it's retarded.
Jeebus.
I don't even like using that word. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Wow. That is. That is like. I think the most hours I ever worked at a job was like almost 70, like 67 one time
Right.
or something like that. And I was like, I will never do this
Yeah,
again.
it was.
So, I can't
It was not a
imagine.
great time.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah, so I don't know. So yeah, it's like
Did they at least give you like handies off and on to
would
refresh you or
think,
anything?
you know, right?
No.
It's no, it was just like, and don't get me wrong, you know, the money's fine, but it's not enough.
Yeah, the money. It's like I know there was a study done on one of the podcasts. They were talking about it, about how at a certain point, money no longer is a driving
Right.
factor, because it's like you said, it's not enough. You know, if the money constantly is going up, it could probably be a continuous factor, but at some point the money stops, and then the bullshit passes it. You know, and you're like, okay, I've had enough. This ain't doing it anymore.
So I mean, I've been on this, and it's funny because most people I talk to at work are like, they're all looking to get out, which is fascinating. You
Wow.
know?
Well, that many hours, I mean, good Lord. You know, I mean, you almost got to be like the old, like 18 to 22-year-old with no
Yeah,
family
Exactly.
to
Like
do
if
that.
if I was young and single,
That's-
you didn't have anything better to do but make money.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Because yeah, I mean, but
kind of like honestly, you were
Yeah.
at that age, because you were working at was it
Cooper
Cooper
Heat,
or
yeah.
whatever, and you know, in pretty decent money and just working a buttload of hours,
Exactly.
and you know,
But well, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been on the prowl, looking for something new. Which I mean,
just strutting
basically,
about town.
And I got it's like I got a couple. Like I've been throwing out applications everywhere, and actually, which
Right.
kind of like it could be good, could be bad. I got past first like phase 1, but refinery work, Brian, Cooper Heat. They're looking for operators, but it's like it's not easy to get in. For like, I was like, my brother-in-law
Okay.
Peanut, he doesn't work for a refinery, but he's a contractor in the refinery. And I asked him, like, is this job worth it?
Yeah.
He's like, if I could go back and do it again, I would do that. But they're like,
Okay.
because he told me, he's like, yeah, I think they're hiring like 40 to 50 people and like 4,000 people applied.
Yeah,
'Cause-
that doesn't surprise me because again, in this area, that kind of job they've been on the decline. So whenever a factory or a not factory but a refinery, whatever job opens, they tend to get just flooded
it's
with
like
people.
good benefits,
So-
pension. It actually like starting pay is more than I make on overtime, but it's still like
Wow, yeah,
but it's
that'd
still
be all right.
like 12-hour shift. So it's like that
Yeah.
kind of sucks. But if I don't have to, if I'm not working
But
7 days a week, I don't actually mind the 12s. I really don't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, not to mention, I would think like with that place, I would think they probably don't do like the on-off thing like this place does. Do
It
they?
is like a swing shift. I don't know how often they switch, but
Oh,
they did say
okay,
there is some
okay.
mandatory. But I mean, man, I don't know. But I mean, it's one of those things. I look at the pay too,
Yeah,
and
but-
I'm like, because that could get me out of some holes.
Here's
you
what I-
know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was just gonna say. I was like, even if essentially you're doing the exact same hours, but if the beginning pay is more than you're making at overtime, you get overtime pay on
Yeah.
top of that, now the money becomes okay. It still sucks, but at least the money's allowing me to do some things in life.
Because that's where
you
I'm
know?
at with my current
Yeah.
job. I'm like, yeah, the pay's good. Like I don't mind that. I got all my bills. I can put some stuff in savings if I want. But it's like,
Yeah.
but it's not worth my life. But if they're gonna pay me
Yeah.
even more, then it'd be like, well,
Well, it's like we've said, we've talked, with one of our friends. Like you remember when we were at the bar and he asked me if he should take the job where he makes a load of money,
Yeah.
but he's miserable, or the job where he makes way less money, but he's much happier. And I was like, my first question was how old are you? Because it's like we were saying a minute ago, it's like if you're young, it's like fuck,
Yeah.
take the money. If you're older, take what's easier or makes you happier or is better for your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not going to be able to bust your ass that many hours. It'll catch up to you a little differently than when you're a strapping young lad,
and
if
that's
you will.
what's like killing me about my current. Because dude, like basically, I'm standing for like 12 hours straight. Well, I guess 11
Right.
because I get breaks. All in all, I get about an hour's worth of breaks. But other than that, if
Right.
you sit down, they're like, "Hey, get off that rack," and it's like, bro, my dogs are howling. Especially, I just got new boots, so I'm breaking them in.
Oh,
It's just like,
Yeah.
bro, it's not for me, and it's a 40-minute drive too.
yeah, that doesn't help either. I mean, the refinery's not super
It's
close
closer.
either, but it's closer than 40
From
minutes.
where I
Yeah.
live, it's I mean, we'll get to that in a second. From where I live, it's about like a 25-minute drive, I think, as opposed. I mean, it's still closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was going to be closer. I just didn't know how much closer. So, but that's a significant amount of time. It may not seem like it, but 15 minutes a day is a significant
Yeah,
amount
right?
of time. Especially when you're already there 1,000 hours, and even more so, especially if you're leaving work and you're
Right.
tired.
Exactly.
You certainly don't want to be farther away
No,
from home.
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
So yeah. You know what I'm saying.
The move is make enough to where you can buy like a small motorhome, and then you just
You
drive
know,
that to work every day.
I've always kind of thought
Too
about
tired?
that. Those tiny houses that are trailers. I was like, man, if I get a sweet truck, just pull that mug around.
Yeah. Get a little tired after work, just, pull over and take a quick nap or two and, wake up nice and refreshed.
Nicey.
Yeah. Like, Tony, what are you doing here still? I had to catch a nap real quick.
Sleeping.
Like, get out of the parking lot. He comes after you with a broom.
Right, exactly.
Go get
now. Oh man! But then, I guess since I kind of touched on it. Speaking of that, because obviously I'm going through a separation and all that, as we've talked about off and on throughout the show.
Right. For those who aren't watching, Tony currently has someone pulling his shoulder out of his socket.
Exactly. I'm Mel Gibson over here from Lethal Weapon. I know,
You
right?
wish. You just want your nipples to get. Oh wait, was it nipples or was it his balls that got
Either way, I'm in.
electrocuted? Yeah. Fair enough. Like I've seen some shit. I can handle it.
No, I'm going to end up being moving soon. So, like, because process separation, basically, especially in Michigan, everything's split. And I applied for a loan to try to, like, make it so I could stay in this house. Did not get it because tenure at my job, not there long enough. Makes it a liability.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
in the process of starting to, like, pack stuff up. I'm going to sell the house. I'm probably going to actually move back to Ohio because that's where my daughter's going to be. And
right, which also makes sense for a few other reasons, like insurance
will be way cheaper. Although I heard Michigan just passed a law that's supposed to make it cheaper. But yeah, so I'm relocating Salty Language's far north / All the Beers podcast studio.
Wait, are you saying it could be? Well, oh yeah, that's right. It's always been in Michigan. That's right. Never mind. I was trying to think if we were ever in Ohio.
Nope, always
and I was
Michigan.
like, no.
Now there's going to be a Salty Language thumbtack there in Ohio.
Man, so we'll have to mark in the Salty Language history guides. That'll be a historical monument, much like my last place was. My last place is where it launched, but it's also been plenty of times, because of doing it this way, or we've podcasted together from your house, or where you are right now. So yeah.
So yeah, I got that. Man, it's just like life is like getting crazy. And it kind of
I was like a crazy life podcast. Life's just sometimes.
Boy.
Not that makes any, it doesn't help at all or make it more comfortable.
And that's the problem is like because of my work schedule, bro. I got like no free time, so it's gonna get it's gonna get nutty around here. I feel like. Yeah,
your packing's gonna be similar to mine when I moved, to where it's like I gotta wait.
It's not gonna be that quick, exactly. But I actually thought about when I was texting you last night at work about the storage unit, I thought about just getting a storage unit and just start moving stuff into it. Just to kind of like help.
Yeah.
Because when I bought this house, it was my grandfather's house, grandma and grandpa's. Then my aunt lived here, and then she moved out. Then we bought the house, and I was saddled with so much stuff that isn't mine. And now it's like there's no one else in the family is, at least as far as I know yet, stepping up to want this house. Some random asshole is going to want it. Here, hey, this house comes with this stuff. Great.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do is you knock off like a small amount off the price, and just be like, we're doing that because we're not hauling this shit out of the basement.
Yeah, right.
Kind of like, remember when we had our shop, how we got, was it the first month or so rent free if we, clean the place out? Which turned out to be a terrible deal on our end.
I'm pretty sure we lost money on that gig.
Dang,
so it happens when you're young and dumb.
Yeah. We're older now. Nice, smarter,
for sure.
but we're older. Yeah, I think actually we've gone the other way.
But yeah, so it's life's been a little topsy-turvy this past week between working crazy hours and finding out I need to do this, and it's been something, man.
Yeah.
I've been like, here's something for you. Because this wait, what did it say? See, working nights fucks me up too. I'm going back to days next week. Today's Friday, right? Okay, so next Friday is I'm taking the phase 2. I'm taking the test for that job, and
is that the swimsuit part of it?
Yeah, I still got that tuxedo from Jamaica, so I'm good.
Oh,
it's classy,
classy.
Yeah, the high cut, show off these hips.
Yeah.
but it's like
I need to apply for the job of smooth operator. Feel this bikini area.
Everything else looks like a sweater except that.
Why is everyone vomiting? How'd that bear get his feet out?
What's going? Shouldn't he be riding a bike in a Russian circus? What is going on here?
That's the move. You go in on a bike and just pretend you're a bear.
Put a tutu on, have an umbrella.
Seem imposing. Yeah, maybe they'll be threatened enough by you because like what is more dangerous than a bear wearing
I
a tutu?
mean, that's a good That's a good call.
That bear is
He's
due
not
to snap.
impressed for sure.
No, not at all. Yeah. I mean, there may be some. I'm not trying to judge. If a bear's comfortable with itself and wants to wear a tutu and carry a parasol or whatever, listen.
Bears got to do bear stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bears got to get bear shit going.
Yeah, as our friend Beagley said, you do what you boo.
That's an old school poll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No one's gonna get that
except
that's okay though.
Yeah, there'll be like 3 people listening that get it.
But so here's my thing is like I got that test next Friday, and I'm like I was googling to be like, oh, what can I expect on this test, right? I found a couple practice tests, and it says specifically in the email, it'll be no calculators, because there's a math portion.
Okay.
You know how long it's been since I did math on paper? It's been long enough
time,
that
I'm sure.
like I was like, okay, let me do some division. Could not remember how to do division on paper. Like I'm sitting there just staring at it like, it's been so long. So obviously I've been like doing homework and trying to brush up on that shit.
That's a good move, yeah, because you don't know what you're going to walk into. I assume it's probably going to be. I can't imagine it's going to be like terribly complicated.
I think they just want to be like, well, if you're out like checking gauges or whatever, and you don't have a calculator on you, you need to be able to do the math.
Right. The problem is you're always going to have your phone on you.
I'll always have because actually it's been weird because in school I hated math, hated it. It was not my subject at all, and in my current job, I've been trained to tag and stuff, and you got to do a lot of math because you got to figure out like how much glass is actually being packed, how much is going to waste, and it's all math. Okay. And I'm digging it because like I know how to like figure out how much like a square foot of glass weighs, and now from there I could figure out how much we're wasting. And it's all math, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool because it's not just numbers on paper; it's like real life application.
Yeah. Which makes a big difference, if people had because like you look at like story problems, most of the questions in the story problems, people are like, who cares when 2 trains leave?
I always love story problems. Everyone's always like, oh, story. I always like, yeah, this is my jam.
Dude, I crushed on those because one of the days I was doing them, I think it was like junior high. We had them, and I looked at it and I was like, why am I like reading this whole thing? So it just, you just pull the move of you go to the answers or the questions. You find out exactly what they're looking for and then just skim the paragraph till you find what they want. Ta-da, answer. And you just move on. Like I used to, after doing that, I used to blow through tests that were mostly story problems to where like I had teachers that were like iffy about it because I think they thought I was cheating somehow, but they couldn't figure out how. It's like somebody in Vegas, the pit boss, like eyeing you. It's like, I know you're fucking cheating. As soon as I prove it, these goons are going to beat your ass.
In the like security room looking at all the cameras.
Yeah. But it isn't. That's just how easy it is. And it's like my mom said, she used to struggle with those. And I told her, how I did it. And she was like, that makes way more sense. And I'm like, yeah, if people were just taught that way, I don't think a lot of because they're purposely made to fuck
it's
with
like Steve is doing this and blah blah blah. But what about Kyle? You're like, oh, where'd he come into play? Yeah,
yeah. It's like Steve's 13, and when he was 7, he was twice Kyle's age.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Kyle was touched by his uncle. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's like, okay, I get that's very important, but
really, this shouldn't be a math problem anymore. This should be a police problem.
the underneath the paragraph, the question is like, at what age should Kyle have alerted the authorities? Like, oh, right away. Fuck you.
What year of Kyle's life did his brain wipe from him?
Yeah, right. Oh man, terrible.
Poor
shit.
Kyle.
It's funny. I struggled with math a little bit when I was really like, first couple years of school a little bit. And my dad math came so easy to him. And, like in high school, he had to go all the way through, I think like trig. And
sounds like a gang member.
You know, I know, right? he was jumped into Trig.
Trig jumped him in.
Trig jumped him in. I mean, yeah. But when I started struggling, he just just sat down with me, and it just clicked, and then plus, like us doing all those flea markets and everything, I had to be able to do math, boom, 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 because I had to keep making change, and, and that's when my dad taught me the way he did math was basically you, like, if you need to know what 9 times 5 is, the quicker way, like if you didn't, I'm using 9 times 5, but this works better for more complicated numbers. But instead of going, or if you needed to know what 99 cents times 5 was, there we go. You just go, okay, it's $5 minus 5 cents. And there's your answer. It's $4.95. Just boom, right? And that's not right. I said 99 cents, not 95 cents. And that money. No, that's right. 5 cents off.
You're good, bro.
Yeah. See, I questioned myself because I haven't been doing that math enough. But as a result, you get to where, like, you can do so much math in your head because of using that method. You don't need to keep track of all the little details on paper. You can skip all that. Well, the problem was when I got into algebra, the teacher kept marking all my stuff wrong because I wasn't showing all the work. Yeah, which I get. But at the same time, I'm showing various parts of the math and then the answer. I'm showing, like, say 3 steps
I would do
instead
the same
of 5.
thing. I do a lot of mental math and just write down my answers and then keep going. Yeah. And then I got frustrated and just stopped doing shit. And it's like if you miss like 3 days of math and then you come in, it's like
forget it.
It's like they're speaking a different language all of a sudden.
I missed a week of algebra one time, and when I came back, I was so, like, I'm sitting in class and she's doing the day's work, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about, because I hadn't learned the formulas
there, like, writing
yet.
in Russian. Like there's backwards numbers and shit. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What happened? Are we opening a Stargate? Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man. Yeah, and so that I ended up in, I don't know if you remember at Whitmer, they had academic intervention. Yeah, so I ended up in that for math because I had a D in algebra. I had never gotten lower than an A in math.
Did you walk in your math class and all your, like, loved ones and friends were there and like, we got to talk?
Yeah.
We got to talk.
It was, yeah. They were like, you need to quit sullying the family name.
We have to send you to academic intervention.
You either straighten your shit up or you're out of the family.
Exactly. I wish I had that sound clip queued up of the, I still love you. One of my all-time favorite things ever.
Oh my God, I forgot what I was watching something on, I think, Snapchat yesterday, and somebody used that.
It's just my favorite. That noise he makes. Yeah, you tell him, Bell.
Exactly. Yeah, but it was weird. I showed the teacher how I did math, how I did the problems, because he's like, well, you've got the answers right. He's like, why is she marking these wrong? And so he gave me some problems to solve. So, after I told him what he should do with his wife and his finances, we got down to some other math.
After you told him what you did with his wife.
Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, but once I showed him, he goes, oh, so you're just not writing all the work down. And I'm like, no, I'm actually skipping steps in my head. I'm actually not even doing those steps. I'm just blowing right past them, So he was like, okay, we'll do this and blah, blah. And, once I started showing the work, all of a sudden, by the end of the year, my grade was right up where it should have been,
I hate to be this guy, Brian, but we might have to take a live stream break because my fucking dog apparently needs to go take a dump or something.
Oh boy. All right. Was a good place to take one. So just let her go in there. It's fine. Wouldn't be the first time. Before we recorded that one time, she freshened the room up for us.
So I'm gonna put a be right back thing on our browser screen.
You know what we need? We need a thing that you can pull up. It's one of those, like, technical difficulties.
Oh, that's even better.
Or something like, Yeah, or a we'll be right back, whatever.
Hold
you
on.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how shittily. Oh, here we go. It's the one from The Simpsons. That's the
Oh, that's a good one. If
with
it's
the
one I'm
dog
thinking
holding
of.
the plug in its mouth. Is that what you're thinking of?
Oh, maybe that's not the one I'm
Son
thinking
a
of.
bitch.
No, there was one from.
Tell me a good one, Brian. Tell me.
Man, was it?
Tell me a story. Tell
Can't
me
think
a
of one.
story. All right.
The plug one's good, but there was one where it shows like a guy, like it says like technical difficulties or something, and there's like a producer and he's got like a bottle of liquor and they've
I was
got
like,
the
I just
marks
found
around
one where he's got a
showing that
cuckoo
he's
clock
drunk.
bird coming out of his head. It's the news guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we'll
Ken
go with
Brockman?
that one temporarily.
All right. Oh, there it is. Scroll back up. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the feed, but which is behind you.
Oh, there it is.
Like it's above the
I found it.
one. Yeah.
This is the
Okay.
best audio ever.
Right.
Hold on, Val. You got to wait 2 seconds for me to set some shit up. Yeah, I was surprised when I was sitting down to try to do math, though, how fucked up it was for me. It was
right.
like one. I was like, wow, I feel super dumb. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's been so long, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoa.
Funny how something.
Yeah, exactly, right? I apologize to our live stream right now, by the way, because I'm currently putting that technical difficulty thing up, and it's I'm doing it on the fly. Normally I have all this stuff set up, so I apologize. I mean, I do though, Brian. I do. Yeah. Boom. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. I swear to Christ. Oh my God, dog. I imagine you can hear it in the background. Roar. Yeah, right? Yeah, I will in just uno momento. Oh, man. Yeah. 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 Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Oh, man. Really? I love the fact that I'm just completely setting up a whole new like scene for our show. Just I really feel bad. I'm doing this while people are maybe watching. I don't know if people are watching. I'll be honest. Yeah, I super apologize that this is going on right now. If anyone who's watching, but sometimes you gotta do shit. You know. Boom, boom. All right, hey, listening people and Brian, I'll be back and stuff. Or whatever. I certainly will. I'll piss hard just for you. I you know what's funny is I don't know if you're coming in this. Like audio wise. I really don't have no idea. It would be. If you're not, I gotta figure out a way to do it. Oh, you know what? I already know how. Hold on. Seriously. Jesus, dog. So what I'll do is I'll bring you in, and I'm going to hide you behind the thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel so bad for anyone who's actually watching. Pure salty language, once again. Pure
the
salty.
Worst. The worst. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's right. It's from a Treehouse of Horrors, where people are zombies. It's the one where Homer shoots Flanders, and they have the "You shot zombie Flanders," and he goes, "He's a zombie." But it's Sideshow Mel.
Right.
Is in a box. Krusty opens the box, and Mel like grabs him and pulls him into the box, and then they show the technical difficulties thing
That's hilarious.
as he's eating Krusty.
Hey, guess what, Brian? I just got confirmation that it was just me talking to myself on the scene.
Perfect.
But
That's gonna be great. It's gonna be in the audio too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you're now in this when I do a technical difficulty screen, which I have saved. You
Yeah.
can still talk. It's just your image is hidden behind the technical difficulties image.
Oh, I
But
like
your
it.
audio still comes through. So
Oh, nice. So I can talk to anyone.
exactly. So speaking
That's
of that, I'm gonna go take my stupid dog outside,
Yeah.
and I'll be right
Have fun.
back.
Right.
Yeah, feel free to talk to anybody who's in there, or just do whatever you want. No one can see
Nope.
it. You can
Just
you know,
ignore it.
you can pull your shit out, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Just turn my mic off. And maybe get my makeup fixed.
Come on, dog. Let's go. Alrighty. I apologize, but I have a needy pupper.
Yep.
Oy. Boom. Technical difficulty thing is off, Brian. We can resume recording whenever you're ready.
All right.
You want to bring us back in the audio size situation?
Yeah.
All right, just let me know.
Fine. Let's figure out what else going on here.
Oh, shit. I
Well?
just clicked on something I shouldn't have.
Oh. Well, tell me when you're ready, then.
I'm ready, man. Yeah. Hey there. Welcome back. Now that my dog has officially, I don't know, probably shit the yard or something. Whatever dogs do.
Probably,
I don't know. Dog things.
Yeah. Destroyed.
I bought her like a little, man, it's kind of chilly out there. I bought her like a little LED situation to go on her collar. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's so dark in my yard.
Right. Please tell me it has like a strobe light or it changes colors or something.
It's like this little pen that you click it, and it's an LED, and it's like shifts, down the color of the rainbow. So now I can see what she's up to out there, kinda. You just see this like glowing ball of light though, that just changes color. It looks like I have like specters or something back there. I probably
do. Yeah.
It is fun in its own right.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh man, people are getting a sneak preview of my stuff. It's not cool.
The under the desk can fired up. Huh?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm just this whole live stream is going sideways, Brian. There we go.
Yeah, it's
been a rough day, man. There we go. All right, sorry. I'm just there we go. Everyone's watching once again. I apologize. I'm just getting shit set up. Still.
This is such a mess.
Everyone's been good so far except this one, live stream wise.
Yeah. This one's definitely been the shit show for sure.
All right.
I blame it on us. We skipped a week. We lost our mojo.
We lost some serious mojo. You know what's gonna help me get some of that mojo back, Brian? Some of this delicious. It's my last one. Delicious chill wave.
Yeah. Man, I was in Kroger the other day. They still had like 4 or 4 packs sitting on the shelf.
All.
And I thought about buying like a couple of them, but
which I actually
no.
That episode of my podcast was supposed to come out yesterday because I've been so busy, I didn't have a chance to put anything together. Because of work and then things going on in my personal life, all my time has been like eaten up.
Yeah. Yeah, if for anyone who hasn't listened already, Tony and I, there is an episode of his All the Beers Pod that is the two of us talking about Hop Slam,
we
right?
covered a Hop Slam, and then the next one, sneak preview, is going to be about Chill Wave. Right here.
Nice.
Y'all. But yeah.
Yep.
I mean, as of beers go,
The cream of the crop.
my opinion.
Yeah. Definitely two that have special places in my
Exactly.
in
And
my
also,
heart.
Brian, because I got some time off coming up. Like 3 days, but whatever. I got one of those days though, for sure. I'm gonna start putting together those videos we made for the sweet and salty languages coming out. So everyone who's subscribed to Salty Language Pod on YouTube, make sure you like us. Make sure you subscribe to us. Soon we're gonna have more Canadian snack reviews coming out, or not reviews. Well, no, we did review them. We did review them. So yeah, Canadian snack reviews coming out on Salty Language Pod on YouTube. Check it out.
It's more like, even though we review them or whatever, it's like it's more for me. It's more about just trying the stuff we haven't tried.
I really think we need to do more of that kind of thing. Like I said, as much as it's gonna, like blow out my O-ring, I'm willing to sit down and do a Taco Bell sweet and salty language review. Let's get nutty.
I love it.
Crazy. Yeah, right, Bill?
Blowing O-ring.
Yeah, blowing O-rings. That should be a shirt for us, blowing O-rings.
Man. And we're not talking
Right.
about onion rings.
Who's O-rings? Lucky
Not that I couldn't
fella.
destroy-
So the other thing
Oh.
about this whole, like, you know, searching for a new job thing is the thing that happens every time I've searched for a new job. The eminent beard trim.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Is the beard a
Dude,
no-no at
if I
the
get
new
hired at
place?
the refinery, I got to be clean.
Oh, no,
because
really?
just in case you have to put on a respirator.
Oh, man.
Because
See,
I remember that from when I worked
I
it.
get it, because they want as tight of a fit. Yeah, I know they want as tight of a fit as possible. But it's like, I'm surprised you can't have, like, you know, that real light scruff. You know, like the beard that's not really a beard, but, you know, it's all you can handle because they won't let you have a real beard.
I mean, that would be that's the one, like, major negative, because I like having a beard.
And I feel like we should do a video in memoriam to your beard if that happens.
I mean, I don't know if I still have it on the soundboard. Hold on. Oh yeah, perfect. You know, little just like pictures of it scrolling across the screen.
Oh, it needs to be like us out in a hole in like your backyard, and you're like pouring out the clippings into the bag. We're in white billowy shirts, like we're
Little
boys to men playing.
or as our boy band's called, Men to Older Men.
Yeah. True. Oh, you know, speaking of getting older, you know, it's funny. I was filling out a survey thing last night, and it was, you know, when it got to the age box, I was like, God damn it. I'm up to the 40 to 45 or 40 to 49, whatever it was box now. Well, we are, I should say, because we both are. But, yep. I was like, yep, here we go. I'm now in the middle of the you know, because there's the like under 18, then there's 18, whatever. So it's like we're in that middle group now.
I know, right?
On a lot of the survey chart or the age charts. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, what makes me feel old is where I work with a lot of youngins, right?
Right.
So like I was talking to this dude yesterday, which he was all about Lord of the Rings, which is fine. Everyone's gotta have their hobbies.
Yeah.
But he was like, man, when the movies came out, I was like, what did he say? I think he said he was like in 3rd grade or something like that. And I went, what? Huh?
You're like,
Now I feel old as fuck.
Right. It happens, right? I mean, you know, I mean, this is not at all related. I'm just shifting to it. I was playing, what game was I playing? Oh, The Witness.
Oh, yeah.
The other night.
Can I get a
puzzle game?
witness? Hell yeah.
Dude, that game is so frustrating, but it's I love it, but it's
I need
so
to. I still
frustrating.
need to play it. I haven't. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I was done, I unlocked a couple trophies. You know, I played, and when I got done, I looked at. You know, I always look because, you know, like you get multiple trophies or whatever, and I didn't really pay attention to what they were for. So I look, and one of them was basically like I'm still pretty early in the game, but the one was like this. There's like this temple in there, and when you get done with it, there's a thing that happens, and you get like it unlocks a trophy for that.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, this is only like the 1, 2, 3, 5, 4th or 5th like stage of the game or area in the game, right? So like I said, I'm still pretty early. I think there's still a lot left from just where the character stands. It looks like there's a ton of island left, so I'm assuming there's a lot left. But I looked at this and it was like, oh, you know, I always look at the rarity on PlayStation, you know, and I was looking at the one that's like common or something, or not common, but it's like the next one up or something like that. And it was like there's only like 30%, I think, of players that got that
it's
trophy.
a common one?
And it's one that, like, if you just play the game, you should get. Like,
That seems weird.
I was like, the game's frustrating and hard. I could see where a lot of people might not make it that far because they're just like, fuck this game, you know? But at the same time, it's like, if you just play the game, you get here, you know?
Right.
Like, it's always so strange to me when you get a trophy in a game and it's something that's super easy and it'll show like 20% of people have it or something like that, you know? And you're like, really? Like, do people not play? And I get it when it's a game like Call of Duty used to be, or Battlefield or something, to where most people just ignore the single player that they had and just
all they
jump
want to
into
do
the
is
multi.
shoot kids
And there's
in the
not,
face.
and there's no trophies really for that, aside from just the kids.
Trophy of victory.
And right. Well, in Battlefield there is. I actually, because you can steal dog tags, but. Yeah, so there is kind of a trophy in that one, but so but it is really strange to me though, like how many common trophies don't get done by a lot of people playing games.
That is weird.
And I wonder if like game demos affect that at all. I wouldn't think so, but I do kind of wonder. So, because like it'd make more sense if we were still in more of a real heavy game rental era of time, but we're not.
Doesn't it seem weird
really
that kind of went away?
Yes,
because I get the whole death of the video store. Streaming services, you're fucked. But renting games, those are like $60, plus dollars a pop. Renting games still makes sense to me.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah, because even if they're $5 for a day or two, whatever they would be, it's still, at least you could get it, give it a go, and go, wow, this game sucks, or I love it. Or with some games, you could potentially beat the game because some of them, their story modes so
walk right through it,
short.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I will say this. I mean, with PlayStation and Xbox both, they have those services where there's a bunch of games on demand.
True, that's
basically.
true.
You pay, what is it, $10 to $15 or whatever it is a month.
Like lately, I haven't had time to play anything. If I was subscribed to that, I'd be pissed. That comes on my bank account.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Bitch, I didn't even get a chance to use it this month.
Right, yeah.
If I mosey up to Family Video.
Yeah, you could just rent a game or whatever. Or even Redbox, because Redbox has games. So yeah, I mean, I know, and there's GameFly, but again, GameFly is you pay the fee per month. It's not hey, you know what? I'm going to go get a game and just go
Here's
get.
a question for you.
Say
hypothetically, right? Someone just gave you some money. Do you think opening up a business that was strictly video game rentals would be a thing? Or do you think like GameStop could just rent out video games? Am I giving away an idea? Bell.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
I don't know. I've wondered that though, because like you said, I think a lot of it is probably generational. Because like our age, we still remember, we have that fondness of going into the game store or the video store and perusing all the titles and then grabbing 4 or 5 games.
You know how many times it'd be like you walk in, be like, okay, last time I was here, they had 6 copies of this game. You walk in and then there's just one sitting there and you're like, yes! Finally, I can play whatever. Tekken 5 or whatever.
Yeah. So you get it home and
it's
defective.
Trash shit because some idiot decided to like use it as a fleshlight.
Yeah. Wow, right? Poor guy. Multiple reasons, because in order to effectively use that as the fleshlight, you need some friction, but I can't imagine much friction from like the inside of like a DVD. That's going to cut the fuck out of you.
The old tiny diameter / pencil cuts or whatever.
Right? But it's got to be enough that you're getting a little friction from the thing.
On the bright side though, Buzzsaw Dick, he could run around like, look what I got. Or it looks like Saturn.
Dude, yeah, or like in like Duck Dodgers, like the gun he has, how it's got like the rings around
you could stack
it.
up multiples. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's like, you just paint your junk up like one of those. Yeah, that'd be good times. Play Duck Dodgers with some people. Yeah. No,
whole rapier dick.
The needle. Yeah.
Anywho, let's get off with tiny dicks and move on to more important things. Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, we don't have Tate here of stump dick updates.
No, not anymore. R.I.P. So, I got a bunch of random stuffs here. Did you watch the stuff I sent you the link to, or no?
No, I didn't.
I didn't really figure you would because of
I saw the email. I was like, I need to watch these. Fast forward to now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Whoopsie daisy. Yeah. All right. Well, let me go over these real quick then. Are you familiar with the movie Brightburn? Okay. So I'm going to pull up the IMDb for it, but from my guesstimation of it or whatever, picture the Superman storyline. Alien comes to Earth, grows up to be Superman. Everybody rejoices. Well, pretend it's the opposite. Like, instead of becoming Superman, it becomes the ultimate supervillain. With superpowers and all this other kind of stuff. And when I heard the premise for it, I was like, ooh, because that sounds cool to me,
pulling it up for our viewers on IMDb as well. Evil has found its superhero.
Yeah, it says, what if a child from another world crash landed on Earth, but instead of becoming a hero to mankind, he proved to be something far more sinister.
Is an interesting take on a superhero movie.
Yeah. Now, I watched the trailer for this, and for those who may be squeamish, you might want to fast forward a little bit. Not that we're going to show it, but I'll talk. No, because it's it's the actual trailer. But there's a scene where it shows this woman in a diner, right? And she looks up at one point because the lights are flickering. She looks up at the fluorescent lights, and it just shatters. And she screams, and then you get a tight shot of her with like this big piece of glass jutting out of her eye.
That seems like a problem.
And well, then she decides the right move is to pull this out of her eye.
Is this like a red?
And they show
whatever trailer, red band or whatever.
Yeah, and it takes her more than just like one pull to get it out. It's not like one quick motion. It's like one pull and then there's still more. So it's a second. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty graphic. So I don't know if they're really going for like the horror genre kind of thing, or if this is going to be more in the superhero realm. Because like on IMDb, they have it listed as drama, horror, and sci-fi, which pretty much could be about anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm still on board. I really
what
the
what the ad box going back to our video store days look like? It looks like
what's that?
The dude's friend in Akira when he gets out of the facility. He's got like the bed sheet wrapped around him, and because he's kind of like floating and all that. It was a Canada or something. Canada, Akira, something like that.
Man, it was like I was watching the movie again.
Here for you.
Crazy. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that's if that kind of thing won't bother you, watch the trailer for it. But it's kind of cool. Like she runs away, like because things, Then after that, though, the camera angle, like the left side of it has like red on it, basically, and it's blurry. So as though you're kind of seeing through her eyes at that point, which I kind of cool. And she's looking all around, and then you see the kid who's the, whatever character he is, the villain guy. He's standing there, and then like she looks around again, and next thing you know, he's a lot closer. So she runs, locks herself in the walk-in, and when she does, he uses his heat vision to basically like he like cuts a hole in the door and then just pulls it back off the hinges essentially. And I think that's about where it cuts. So I was like, I was like, holy shit, you know, because it's like picturing Superman, like evil Superman kind of a thing, you know, which has happened in
the
books before,
Elseworlds,
but
whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I had forgotten about it. I remember hearing about it a while ago, but it comes out this month.
It does look interesting.
Comes out 24th of this month, actually.
Sounds pretty interesting.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll probably I won't get to see it till it comes out on Netflix or HBO or some bullshit like that.
Right.
But,
well, you never know.
Yeah.
Brian, you might just go like, I'm going to take a little sabbatical and go to the theater. You might.
You're right. I might. Call me an Uber and just drive over
exactly.
there. Just have a nice leisurely drive over. No, not at all, dude. They're doing all that construction around the mall.
Like
so terrible.
I mean,
anyway,
I wasn't here last weekend. I went and saw Endgame. You know, and
yeah, which I think I'm going to see like
that's
Monday
terrific.
or Wednesday.
You should definitely watch it. But going to watch it, it was like I bought tickets on my phone. So I'm like, I'm making sure I'm not wanting to walk in and be like, oh, we're sold out. So I got tickets on my phone. But with, I was using Fandango,
Right.
Or no.
WWE wrestler.
I was using the official Cinemark app for our local theater. But you still got to go through the line to like get your tickets.
Yeah, which I think is
so we got there fairly early. By the time we got to where we could get our tickets, the movie had already been on for like 15 or 20 minutes. It was insane.
Really?
So I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, can I like exchange these for the next show? Because we've been in line.
This is
and
bullshit.
She's like, but she managed to do it for me. So it was great because then, got to go have some food, have a couple beers, then went and watch the show. Worked out real well, actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because otherwise it's like, hey, I paid for my tickets in advance. I shouldn't have to wait all this time in line. There should essentially be a will call. Because they don't have that, right? Like, there's not
they
a
still have
line
the
for people who
tear
paid
your ticket
it.
in half. They should have scanners.
Oh my God.
Or something.
Jeez. Welcome to 1995.
But I mean, if you're going to see it, though, enjoy it. It's good.
Yeah. Well, it's funny is my brother keeps talking about because he's seen it, and he's like, "Do you still want to go see it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd like to." And I said because it's getting increasingly difficult to tap dance around Spurlers now.
Imagine if you haven't seen it yet, yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah. Although, like I've said all along, it's like I don't think there's anything that could really. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's really anything that can happen in this movie that is going to be so mind blowing that I'll be furious that it got.
I mean, hopefully you haven't seen anything from it because there's a couple things that I was like, didn't see that coming, or like, whoa.
Okay. I've seen a couple of things because like there's been pops released on characters and different stuff, and like without getting into any more, like there's a pop with the like the Iron Man gauntlet on with the Infinity Stones in it, and there's a new Thor figure that my brother told me not to look at for very long because there's something about it that he said will give away something.
If you haven't seen it, then don't look at it.
Yeah. So I've done that to the best because it's like even though again I figure that most of it's not going to be shocking stuff, but it's like you still want things to be new to you when you see
for
them,
sure, right?
But I also understand it's been 3 weeks since it came out.
Yeah,
4 weeks. It's like I understand.
You know how the
anytime I open
works.
the internet, there's a big sign that says "Here there be spoilers."
I mean, I feel the same.
So,
I mean, I hate people if they're Game of Thrones spoilers because it's like I'm at work and it's Sunday night. It's like 3 a.m. I'm on break scrolling through like Imager or something, and I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that because I don't want to know what the hell's.
You got to stay away from Imager. Yeah, it's one of the sites. Like if I go on Twitter, I tend to go into rooms. And because there's a couple Twitter rooms I know are safe from spoilers.
I'm just happy for the loyal soldiers out there on Imager that downvote spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Good on them.
Good on them. Especially at least the first night. Like at least give everybody a day to see the damn show. Then whatever. It's the internet from that point on. It's the Wild West.
Exactly.
Yeah. But But that first night, it sucks when people do that. That's why, that tweet I wanted to send you, I, made sure I was like, hey, you've seen the episode first, right? Because, it is a bit spoilerish.
And I do appreciate that, Brian. I do.
Yeah. Which, I laughed really hard when I saw it. All right, spoilers. If you haven't seen episode 4 of this season of Game of Thrones, fast forward,
Brian,
I don't know, a couple minutes. What? Oh, shit, you're right. Never mind. Forgot it. Forgot about that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Even though realistic, most of the diehards have probably seen it by now, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you want it, message us at salty_language and I'll forward the picture to you or whatever.
Nice.
So, because I did not retweet it, so it's not on my timeline or Salty Language's timeline or anything, because I've tried my best to not, contribute to the
Spurler Nation. I'd randomly pop up my All the Beers Pod Twitter, because, sometimes I just tweet shit in the middle of the night, like beer stories and stuff like that. And when I popped it up immediately, and I already had seen it, but someone was like dropping a Endgame spoiler. And I just immediately unfollowed them. I'm like, no, I do not participate in this nonsense. It's like, what are you doing? Just, what are you? Well, clearly they're an asshole.
Yeah. Having said all that, you know what I've spent so much stupid time on this season of Game of Thrones? It's after the episode, I go on and I watch the 20 things you missed from this episode, fan theories from going forward. Like I look at all of that shit. Because I'm sure, like anyone who watches it, we've all got our own, like, I think this is what's going to happen kind of stuff. And, so I'm curious. It's one of those where I'm looking to see if anyone else also has that thought. There was again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there was a something that clicked in my head last night that once I started doing a little research on, realized that it's kind of popped up recently as a theory.
Hilarious.
So
that's
and so that's kind of fun for me to do that. It's like back when we used to build Magic decks, and every once in a while you'd see a deck like on the Pro Tour or something that's really similar to one you had built, and you're like,
I did that.
Like, well, I was doing that, but oh man. So actually, more so than the Brightburn one, the one I was hoping you'd watch was HBO finally dropped a trailer for Watchmen.
I haven't seen that yet, but I have. I know it exists. About a week ago I found out. Before you emailed me, I saw it on like a news feed thing that they're doing a series or whatever. Yeah,
and it looks like it takes place after the book, basically, not after the movie.
Really,
the book, like the flood happened, all the stuff from the book happened. This is going forward. Like in the trailer, they show like an older Ozymandias, and there's a whole group of people wearing Rorschach masks. So I'm very curious to see what they do with it. And Don Johnson's in it, so I mean, that screams quality.
Advice. Who's he play? I mean, I'm on our IMDb's. Let me do a quick scroll.
Oh shit, I don't remember. Nash Britton.
Louis Gossett Jr. is old man.
Well, that's a good role for him because he's old.
Don Johnson doesn't have a character named. Is it Don Johnson's Don Johnson?
Oh, that's it. Oh man, that'd be awesome, Sheriff Don Johnson, because he's like a sheriff or something in the show. It's interesting. Sometimes when they don't have names credited for characters, sometimes there's a reason for it. But I don't know what it would be. Like I can't imagine
It's got some decent names attached. Jeremy Irons is in it too.
Yeah. Yep. Huh. So I'm all in on this anyway. There's no way I'm not watching this. Hopefully it's good. They said what's his name, Damon Lindelof. Said that this is in no way a reboot of the movie. It's not a retelling of the books. It's not, blah, blah, blah. He's like, basically, all the stuff in the books happened. We're telling our own story kind of thing. So basically, I think what he's saying is don't expect a bunch of the original characters necessarily. Because, well, spoilers, most of them are dead anyway. So Well,
it'd be cool to almost have like a Watchmen prequel too.
They did that in the comics.
That, yeah.
And I when they announced they were doing a Watchmen series, I was curious which way they were going to go. Because they said from the beginning it wasn't going to be like a retelling of the graphic novels. Although, I mean, you could have got a good couple seasons out of that on its own. Definitely. But kudos to them for that. We've already got that story. Even though, like I said, they were like, excuse me, screw the movie. Things in their storyline, things happened the way they did in the book. So, they didn't rewrite the ending. But yeah, I'm super pumped for this because Watchmen and I think it's a cool world to play in. Like, there's others that I wish they would get into at some point. Like, how much would you kill for a Transmetro series?
Oh, that'd be so amazing.
Wouldn't that be good? Or it could be good, I should say. Oh, I love Watchmen, but that story's been told. I'd like to see a little Spider-Jerusalem action. Oh man, you and God knows how many people in Authority series.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah. Lancer Planetaries. Anyway,
rated R.
But enough of that. Fuck yeah. Wait. Yeah. So, if people haven't seen that, definitely have a look-see at it. I haven't done a lot of digging either, but I haven't seen a lot of people like about it
Give
yet.
them time.
So that's strange.
Just give them time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a trailer today that dropped that excited a lot of people in their nethers. And they finally showed off another trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, it looks crazy good. I don't know. Like, it's not even close to the way I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't look anything like the original game, essentially, because everything's more like today's games looking. So it looks phenomenal as far as the actual graphics and all that kind of stuff. But there's still no release date. All it says is more is coming in June.
I mean, okay, so it comes out, right? Are you buying it?
Yeah. I kind of want to, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I may not buy it right away. Like, I may wait to, till it hits the $40 range before I buy it. Because, I mean, I played that game through so many damn times on the PlayStation 2, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Or was that? Yeah. I played it like crazy. Because it was honestly, it was one of the few games I owned. So, it wasn't a sports game at the time. And because that was back when, because I remember I got a free copy of it from, was it Pepsi or Mountain Dew? One of the two had a giveaway on their caps. What about you? Would you buy it again?
Yeah, I probably would, just for pure nostalgia, to see, kind of relive it a little bit and see. I mean, I don't remember the cutscenes and stuff per se. I mean, I remember when was his name, Sephiroth, or however you pronounce his name, was going through that village and just fucking everybody up, and it was all burning and shit.
Yeah, right.
I would be curious to see.
I can't wait to see the Knights of the Round.
Oh yeah.
At the time, that was crazy
like a 10-minute spell or whatever.
Yes. Now I'm curious what it is, what it looks like and all that. But yeah. I'm with you. I really wish there was a way to play multiplayer in it. That'd be so fucking awesome. Cool. If you could do a party of up to 4 or something like that, But I doubt it because the original did not have multiplayer in it. Even couch co-op.
No, it was just you're just in there flying around with your blimp, making what are those birds called? Yeah, you're
chocobos?
Fucking making chocobos bang.
Yeah, and racing them.
And you're
Dude, some of the battle scenes where it shows Cloud, swinging that gigantic sword of his is pretty awesome. Yeah. So I definitely, when I'm watching it, I was sitting there kind of like feeling myself, kind of getting excited about it. So, like I said, I don't know that I'll buy it right away, but because I imagine it's going to be $60. I can't imagine they would drop it new at 40 or something.
Of course not. Why would they?
Not when they're putting all this time and work into it. But they announced they were doing this like
it's
4
been
years
forever.
ago. They really need to get this damn thing out, because if they don't, I mean, we're sitting on potentially a year to 2 years away from the next console. So if they don't get it out soon, they might as well just hold off and wait for the next console.
What a bunch of jerks! Wouldn't that be? That'd be funny if they kind of did that. Like, oh, we're re-engineering it again for the PlayStation 18. It's coming out in 2030.
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be full immersive VR.
Right. And then when it comes out, it's just the janko VR from like our youth with just hold up glasses.
For sure. It's a Viewmaster with duct tape. You just strap it to your head.
Like this, I expected a little fancier than this.
Where's the VR experience? You hit that handle on the side. Oh.
Yeah. that version's like $300. Like, wow, it's like, well, but it's repeating. Be like, oh, you got to put in the next disc.
Remember when you were a kid, it was a 3-disc thing. Now it's 42 discs. What?
Right. At least, yeah. Then there's the downloadable
the
content.
old DLC. You have to mail in. It only comes snail mail. Yeah, Postman beats it up. Doesn't even work.
They've got a bunch of ads on the back of the game book. Or a box or whatever, that you can cut out, like the Atlas muscle building system and spy camera.
X-ray specs, go to the beach, see some titties. What? That doesn't work.
Yep. Spy camera was awesome.
Imagine if they were real X-ray specs, that uranium 2 inches from your eyeball is probably not a great idea.
That's fine. That's how you get superpowers, yo.
The Hulk worked for me.
When you cross puberty and uranium, you get mutants.
Right. It's true.
Or Hulk. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, or somebody's really sad day in the future. A sad family.
Yeah. Like, like, are you cosplaying Professor X?
No, I'm just really sick.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Oh,
they got my face.
My next cosplay is Dead Man.
Yeah.
Damn, oh shit. Terrible.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Terrible.
Good fun. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. You're right. There's something else.
Do you know what I did today?
What's that?
Brian. I've reported on this in the past. Today was the last official New Bedford Academy daddy-daughter dance.
Oh, yeah?
Love my daughter. Love her to death. She's like, Dad, are you going to be off work? So I'm like, yeah, probably will be. And I was. So we went. It was Hawaiian themed. Got to bust out my linen pants. Nice.
Oh, you went that way. I figured you'd go grass skirt, but okay.
Thought about it. But, it was. I knew exactly what was going to happen. As soon as we get there, she's like, bye, Dad. Off of her friends. Right?
Of course. Yeah.
And then it was just like nonsense. Pure, unadulterated nonsense. Screaming kids. Right? Which I'm fine with. I understand. They're kids. They're going to have that. But it's when the dads get involved. There's this big lummox in there. And I know he used to work for a railroad because my ex-father-in-law worked for a railroad, so they know each other. Ex-father-in-law lost a leg. This guy lost an arm. Maybe you don't want to be a railroader. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy was like playing, like hitting beach balls with his kids, with all the kids. And he just was like, get some. He was.
Wow, so he was like Joe Swanson out there?
Losing his shit. And before he did that, I was just sitting on a bench. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit by the door. I'm going to get on my phone. I'm going to put together like an Instagram post for Salty Language. Going to pay some bills. just get some shit done.
Yeah.
And he sat on the bench with me,
Look at some.
and I thought I was like joining Neil and Annalise and Callie. The whole thing was shaking. He's just like, it was nutty, man. It's like what?
Right, your glass of water.
Exactly. There's ripples. T-Rex is coming. He had one long arm,
Right.
one no arm.
That's weird. Yeah. So what happens when you put uranium
Exactly.
in your T-Rexes?
They turn to that guy.
One long arm, short arm. Yeah.
But
Yep.
then and then the clouds parted. Oh wait. Plus, I eventually had to go outside because this guy was yelling. All the kids are yelling. They got the music in the corner. Like the one of the teachers is a DJ and the music is cranked, and all the kids are outside.
Of course.
There's no one inside but like 3 little kids and all the dads. Yeah.
Hold on a second, because I got to ask a question here. Did the teacher / DJ have a DJ name?
If they did, they never said it, but they should have. It should have been like DJ Douche Nozzle or something like that.
I was waiting for some like teacher / learning, pun or something.
Like, yeah, I got nothing. Like, I got yo. I'm scritching and scratching on the multiplication tables.
Yeah,
along
something
those
like
lines.
that. Yeah. Oh my God, I bet they do it in the class
Probably.
though.
Just be like, yeah, kids out there. Professor teacher's in the house. People be like, what?
Yep. Why are you trying to
that
act so
happened?
cool?
You're still
Like,
teaching.
it is not working.
Yeah. so I go outside though because I had to get out of there because like screaming one-armed guy, the loud music, the couple kids that were still. It was like this is too much for me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I saw, which if R.I.P. rest in peace. There, Steve Irwin, if he was alive, would have been like, crikey,
Yeah.
here comes a perfect white trash specimen. Dude, this guy. He had on because it was a Hawaiian theme, like I said. So he had on like a teal and pink tank top. But he bought it probably
all right.
15 years ago. It was pretty haggard. Blue cargo shorts.
Nice.
The guy clearly
Okay.
didn't miss a meal. Like food is his friend,
Right.
right?
Sure.
The
Gotta
got
stay
his
fueled,
Nike
man.
sports sandals on. Black socks
Sure.
pulled up to the knees. Yeah, right.
Perfect.
American flag hat.
Yep.
It was like green camouflage, but the American flag was all blacked out, like he's like
Oh,
a
yeah,
spec
see-
ops or some shit. Right.
Yeah, right,
But
right.
then the
Yeah.
winning the touch that made him like the albino gorilla of the white trash world. This dude, he had this
Yeah.
tattoo on his bicep, and the first time I looked at him, I'm like, is that
Mm-hmm.
an angry bear? Like I was trying to figure it out, and because he kept moving, and I finally got a good look at it. It was an angry bear. It was Winnie the Pooh with like fangs bared. It was the
my
worst
God.
fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so. Remember we used to watch movies that were so bad they were good. It was hit. That was
Oh
that
yeah.
tattoo.
Yeah.
It was so
Oh, yeah.
terrible. It
That's-
became amazing.
That right there is got to be a
Yeah.
hero of the month. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a candidate.
Like cue
you know?
up, I'm the hero, whatever that song that is. I don't even know.
Or you could do a callback to the hero of the day comments we were making earlier.
Metallica action. Yeah,
Let's go that way
I didn't even know who
instead.
sings that first song. I said,
Oh, it's
That
that
one
one guy.
"Is it?"
Look at that
It's-
photograph.
No, yeah, it's him and the dude from was it Saliva? I think it is. They like
Why?
duet that song because Spider-Man
Bro,
needed
here-
that.
Here's what we
I
got.
don't know.
What if? Okay, I'm going to photograph. What if we get all in
Okay.
old timey garb, and we remake the video, and it's like, look at that phonograph. That's all I got.
But we're laughing at it because it's a
Yeah,
newfangled
exactly.
gimmick. That'll never last.
Look at that telegraph. You can do anything with graph in it.
You're right. You
I
could.
don't even know if I'm sitting to the lyrics are right because I don't care. Yeah.
Sure. I'm trying to just keep it
Yeah.
blocked out of my head.
I just
but
made a pie graph.
you're doing your. Listen.
I just watched Steffi graph.
That's when Andre Agassi puts his wig back on and sings to her.
All right. You know what, Brian? I'm starting to feel a little drunk, I think. Feels good, man.
Ah, you're fine.
I think I'm
right.
I've whacked on a few high-octane beers, my friend.
That's a good time.
It is a good time. All right. That's all right. I had to talk about White Trash Expo.
Oh, no, please. I'm glad you did.
I'm sorry. I cut you off. What were you saying?
No. You know I always want a good hero
man,
story.
That dude is the best.
So.
Yeah, I'm just so glad that I got out of there. Got away from get some with his one arm. Yeah, get a prosthetic, you weirdo. Yeah, get a hook arm.
No, because then he'll probably be like swinging that thing around,
that's true.
clubbing people. Yeah, things will get nutty in there. A little too nutty. Oh shit! Have you seen? Probably not. Like Adam Sandler hosted Saturday Night Live this past weekend, I guess.
All right. No, I did not see.
It's the first time he's hosted the show.
Really?
Yeah, because I think when he left, there was like some bad blood or something with him and Lorne Michaels or whatever. Yeah, probably. I mean, Lorne Michaels is known for that, so I don't remember. Like, there was some story behind it, but I can't remember. Anyway. But he did a tribute to Chris Farley.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a 4.5-minute song, but it was pretty good. It's a really nice tribute to Chris Farley, and they show some clips of Farley and stuff through the years, on the screen next to him. It was pretty nice, and he gets choked up a couple of times. While
I was
he's
trying to pull up a
sick
ass news story, but it's no good. Here you go. Almost broke down crying is SNL Chris Farley tribute. We'll pull that for people to look like. Adam Sandler had to fight crying like an idiot. Stupid quotes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize he was hosting. That's
I'm sure that's not a thing for him to do.
Dude,
yeah.
Farley died in 97.
Because I know
it's been that long.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yep. R.I.P. Chris Farley.
R.I.P. Chris Farley. Guy was a legend.
No,
I know,
gone
right?
too soon. Yep. So, I just wanted to bring that up for if anybody hasn't seen that. Like I said, I thought it was a really nice touch. And Sandler it kind of felt like back at his roots, like when he used to do the Opera Man, or when he would just get up and do like the song spoofs and whatever on Weekend Update.
What bit I guarantee they didn't do? Well, one, they'd have to get Alec Baldwin in. But I guarantee they didn't do Canteen Boy.
Oh, no, they did not mention. I don't remember mentioning Canteen Boy.
That's probably one they want to sweep away.
Oh, like, I don't know. I didn't watch the episode. I am curious if he reprised any of his old shit. Because there's got to be, like, I can't imagine you'd have him back on and not have him do an Opera Man.
Got to do Opera Man. I mean, if it's too bad they couldn't, once again, like resurrect Chris Farley or something, do a nowhere like Schlitz gay commercial.
Yeah, or the Gap girls with him and Spade and.
I'm starving.
I think that is maybe. Well, no, I was going to say my second favorite Farley thing, but it's probably a little lower than that. My first favorite for anyone who doesn't know is pretty obvious because it's it's the Chippendales one with.
Oh, I thought
Patrick
it was.
Swayze.
I thought it'd be the motivational speaker.
No, actually, he's down the list a little bit. The second one is the like Folgers commercial where they switch it, and he just goes ballistic.
Son of a bitch! You lied to me.
That one still kills me. They actually. They reference it in the song, and I just started laughing because I just immediately played it back.
Such a good bit.
Yeah, I love Matt Foley.
Oh, yeah, for
100%. Sure. Yeah, that was a great character and stuff, but no, it was the. And obviously, him in Lunch Lady Land was fantastic
for sure.
too. Yeah.
All right, I'm getting crazy.
Yeah, so like I said, if you're a fan of Farley, go. It's like I said, if nothing else, it's a nice little trip down. Memory lane with his stuff. It's like every once in a while you'll have something remind you of like him or Phil Hartman, and you're like, I know they're funny. Like that never goes out of your head, But then some of the stuff comes back. You're like, oh my God, I forgot how funny they are. You know. But also from us listening to Jay Moore's podcast.
Oh, some of the stories.
Ago, when he would tell part of these stories, oh my God, some of them are so funny.
Because I see they have a YouTube video of this news story pulled up as a video of Sandler doing a Farley song. And, hero of my birthday, Mike. He loves Farley. I'll have to make sure he sees this.
Yeah.
Which apparently I have to get a hat back to him.
Yeah.
No, he left his hat at Diana's house because he stayed there for the night. Yeah, like
right.
He was actually up bright and early that next day. I got a text from him at like 9 a.m. him in an Uber going home.
Well, he kept saying that when we were at Black Cloister. He kept telling them when they were like, yeah, you can stay at our place. And he's like, I'll be gone bright and early. Because I kept joking that he was going to like clean them out.
I wish I could remember that.
And he's like, no. And I'm like, I know, dude. I'm like, I'm just busting your balls, you know? Like, so, and because that's when Zach was like, you know, he's like, no, stay. I got like a shit ton of eggs we need to get through. I was like, eggs, and T's like, mind if we stay too? You know,
put some hurting under bread. We should all went. That would have been funny.
We would have crushed some breakfast for sure.
They
haven't seen this. Yeah, I was gonna say they haven't seen our squadron hit.
Yeah, exactly. Egg apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh man, you know. So I'm gonna take it down a notch. No, it's funny. Last week when Heno and I did the show, like the first half of the show is basically more like Crazy Life than it's Salty Language, but it was just the topics we happened to be talking about. But this week there was something that, man, this just chapped my ass so much. Was that where was it? I gotta pull up the story. In Rhode Island, there's the school district there said they're going to stop serving hot lunches to students who owe like money for their
That
lunches.
seems insane to me.
Like they're basically going to give them like a cold bologna sandwich.
Where was this
basically
at again?
Rhode Island.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to pull up this so I can get the events correct on it. But I'm so fucking tired of this shit, man. It's like kids already don't get a good lunch at a lot of these schools, let alone like, oh, now we're just going to give you a shitty sandwich.
Oh, shit, dude, I got a salty update for you. Yeah.
From this?
Because I was pulling it up so our
awesome.
Our lovely listeners, our lovely viewers could watch. After backlash, Rhode Island School District rolls back lunch shaming policy. Because apparently people in their district did fundraising for thousands of dollars because it was basically like a $50,000 donation by Chobani. Because basically, I think everyone had the same reaction you do. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, first of all, good on Chobani for doing that.
Shout out Chobani.
Like, I like when
key lime yogurt. Right? It's delicious.
Like, I don't care if companies are doing it just for the tax write-off / publicity. Fuck it, they're still doing something good here. Because I don't know if you ever went through this or not, but it's like I went through a period of time where I was on like the free lunch program. I was also on
Square Pizza for life.
Oh, for sure, dude. But I also, there were a few times where like my dad would forget to give me lunch money. And I get to school and be like, oh man, like you're in line, you get all the way up to the register and you're like, shit,
bitch.
And almost every time, because it did help. The one lunch lady there knew my mom, so she knew we were good for it, kind of a thing. But but even one day I got up there and I didn't have money, and it was a different woman there, and she was kind of like, well, I can't, and the principal came over and paid for my lunch. And I took him the money the next day, but it was still the idea that, shout out Mr. French. He was the fucking shit. And, it's so humiliating as a kid.
Do you want to know a real quick fun fact? That I used to work with his wife. She was in the old mom squad at Metzger's. Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, she was actually my kindergarten teacher. How fucked up
she was? I did not know that. I don't know how I don't remember that.
And then I would talk to her later in life, and I was like, you were a teacher, you're like really stupid. Hopefully they
fair
don't
enough.
listen to the Salty Language program. Hey, carry on.
Well, the problem that I had with this originally is, first of all, it pisses me off whenever like schools won't let a kid eat because they don't have the money for it or whatever. It's like, fucking eat. Like, somebody can absorb this somewhere.
God
Someone
damn it,
will
there should
pay
be
for
no
this.
hungry
You know what I
kids
mean?
anywhere.
Exactly. And again, there's so many kids that is the only thing they eat every day is their school lunch.
I believe
So
Danny
it's
Brown
really
references
important.
that in a song. Yeah.
Yes. It's, so it's super important for kids to get this. And what they were going to offer was, instead of like whatever they were serving that's the hot lunch, they were going to give kids either a sunflower seed butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's what they were going to give them. I'm sure, and I think there was something else, like a side or something like that. But that was basically it. And yes, that's that's whatever, but it's still, it's not.
Well, here's
enough.
what's shitty about that, right? Is you got like Martha over here. She's got her fucking hoagie and her side of mixed veg, right? And then you're over here and you got Philip. Sorry, Phil.
Now he seems like a sunflower.
He's over there he's over there eating his sunflower jelly sandwich, crust and all, because he's hungry. And Martha looks at Philip and she's like, that dude's got free lunches.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Dude, I hated that so much when I was on those free lunches too, because I don't know if they did the same thing. Well, you were only a year behind me, so I'm sure. Like, remember, I think they gave you like a coin or something like that. Or there was something that they gave us to show that basically said, I'm on free lunch.
I think they stitched a yellow star on your sleeve.
Yeah, it was something. But it was to the point, though, that anyone standing around would go, ha, poor kid.
Yeah, you might as well put a flag in your ass or something, marched around.
Dude, wow, that's a bit of a jump.
A big flag just says poor.
Yeah. And it can only be worn in one's ass.
It's anal fitted.
Is it personalized, or is it like a one size fits all?
When you go to the dentist, they put that plaster mold. Same idea. Just in your ass.
Yeah. We're going to need you to come down to the office for a flag fitting. Fuck. Poor kid.
Flag fitting. There's that one rich kid who goes, I wish I could get a flag fitting.
Yeah, probably.
You and your silky socks. Get out of here.
You don't wear silk socks?
Nice, actually.
I hated, that feeling, because I got picked on because kids knew that you were on free lunch. And like you said, that's it. It might like you said, really, you might as well have a flag in your ass that says poor, because that's who's opting for the sunflower seed butter and jelly sandwich. Now, granted, there's probably some people who'd be like,
I've never had sunflower
delicious.
Seed butter. It sounds tasty.
I'll tell you this: there's no way it's delicious, because it's going to be like the worst jelly. And although the sunflower seed thing actually surprised me, at least I'll give them credit for that. That it's not peanut butter and jelly, At least they're not trying to kill children. Also,
that's probably why. Actually,
I mean, it would save them money,
in the long
but
run.
But I saw, was it like in the last year? I saw there was some school district that was still doing a thing to where the kids had, I think it was, I can't remember what it was. It was basically a certain color card or something like that. Like, picture if you had two different color IDs. Basically, this one's the normal ID. This one also gets free lunch.
Right.
Concept. It was something like that. And I was like, they're so close. All you have to do is give everyone the same card.
Right.
Right? That's it. It never even has to look like anything else, because a lot of kids are probably got some card they use, too. Or you make parents go, hey, if you're going to give kids lunch money, you have to like preload these cards or some bullshit, And then nobody's got to know. It was kind of like growing up when we were on food stamps. You go into the store and you're actually like peeling out the food stamps from the damn book Meanwhile, you got people standing around you judging you. And it's not like my paranoia. It's like you can see the people just looking down at you, in the way you're treated. And then once they came out with the card that they have now, that
you just swipe it and you're good to go.
And for a while, it sucked for at first a little bit because there would only be like one or two machines that could take them. Now I think pretty much every checkout takes them just about. So now you can just go through as normal. You put your card in there. They go, here you go.
I mean,
have a nice day. Same as
I
they
went
do
through that stuff
else.
when we had Logan, because we were like,
yeah.
I mean, one year we were dirt ass poor. Like I think Jeannie was in school. I was working at maybe the video store. I want to say that year we pulled in like $20,000. It was
That's
like
a lot,
it was and we had I don't remember what it's called. It wasn't food stamps. It was basically like when you're a new mom and you're poor, you get this we had WIC. And she didn't Jeannie was like, I don't want to, because she didn't want to deal with it. She didn't want to use it. She didn't want to be judged.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to. We need the format. We need the peanut butter they give you. And it was that same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We had like a little book of coupons basically. And it was brutal.
Yeah. You feel like just dirt when you're doing it. And like I said, a lot of it, I mean, you put enough of that on yourself because, we all have a tendency probably to see ourselves as like, I don't want to say failures, but failures to some extent, like I can't do enough kind of a thing. But then you've got other people literally looking at you and looking down, because as soon as they see you peel that book out, they look at what's on the conveyor belt and then they look back, because if there is one thing that is anything that's basically not fruits and vegetables and meat, you start getting side eye.
Mine was all, diapers and malt liquor.
Sure. Yeah. Well, of course, because when you drink malt liquor,
for sure.
you
Diapers totally for me. Yeah, I mean they're so small they might as well just be boxer liners. But whatever.
Right.
It's fine.
Fair enough. What's interesting about this whole thing, though, one thing that I saw here from Slate, it said that apparently there was a restaurant owner that said she tried donating $4,000 to help pay off the debts for the students who owed money, and the district turned her down.
Stupid.
Yeah, so their answer, instead of taking money from somebody who's willing to help out, was to say "fuck you" to these poor kids.
What I do know from watching, I can't remember if it was a documentary, if it was that silly Jamie Oliver show, is like if you go like, hey, we're gonna have Cisco or whatever massive food company bring food in for our schools, it's actually more expensive than if you bring in fresh stuff and have the cafeteria staff make food. And obviously the stuff that's pre-packaged and processed is way worse for those kids. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
So,
yeah.
I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, and my kids are public schools. And they usually take their own food, or they don't eat lunch. They come home and eat. So, but I always feel bad when they're like, "Oh, I had to get food to school today, Dad." And it's like, oh God, what sort of garbage did you put in your body?
Well, see, that's what I was saying from the beginning. Is it's like it's bad enough that the food is a lot of times not the nutritional level that it should be. Whereas if that stuff was fresh made, the nutritional level would be theoretically much higher.
I hope so.
One of the, as I'm scrolling on Twitter here is where I found this originally. One of the things here said that apparently there's talk that Rhode Island state law may change to make hot lunches free for all students.
I mean, just feed the goddamn kids.
See, that's all.
Who gives a shit?
Right? Then you don't have to worry about. Yeah, nobody gets picked on for being poor, at least for that part of the day.
I'm all for. Don't get me wrong. I hate paying taxes. But if someone's like, "Hey, we're gonna put this levy up that you're gonna pay like two more cents on the whatever, I don't even know. You're gonna pay more money, but the kids are gonna eat better food, and it's on you. It's not on them. What? Fine. Yeah, I don't care. Feed the kids.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they want to leave those revenue streams open to use for other things instead.
Gas fittings.
Yeah, I mean, that's not cheap, dude. How many ass fitters, specialists that are ass fitters,
it's a very hard union to get into. The ass fitters? Ass fitters local, 502?
Yeah. They're very selective. You have to be very good
true.
at math, Tony. So, and no calculators.
Exactly. No calculators. Yeah. No calculators.
Just that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, enough of that. It's weird. It's like every once in a while there's like a soapbox kind of thing, and which I try not to. We both do. We try not to be like political on here, and I don't. This is political, but it's not political. This is like, no, we want the kids to get what
they need
to be taken care of. Yeah, what they need
food?
Exactly. Like,
because like you said, I mean, there's a lot of kids that's their food. They go to school and they eat, and that's about it.
I mean, I was fortunate enough that it wasn't the only meal that I ate, but it's like, this is so true that to the point that you've got these programs that during the summer, kids can come to the school and they'll give them like a sack of, food for like a lunch or whatever. Or there's some where they give kids stuff to take home for the weekend. That way they have something to eat over the weekend. Noticed,
and it's like, because Leah gets a lot of headaches and stuff, right?
I mean, it's good.
So every time we go to the doctor, I've noticed that one of the questions they ask every time is like, "Hey, are you able to buy groceries?" And I'm assuming if you say no, they must set you up somehow in some way. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like my, for anyone who doesn't know, like right now I'm on, I have state insurance. I don't get any financial assistance or anything like that from the state. But every time I'm at the doctor's office, I don't know if they still do or if they moved it, but they used to have like once a week, like food bank kind of thing there. And I don't need it. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough that, the amount of food here isn't more than enough for us. We don't. So I refuse to take that because it's not what I need. I need the insurance.
Insurance good.
But I don't need. Right. Well, not to mention, I mean, my social worker filed for food stamps for me when I first did this, and I was approved for like $12 a month. And I was like, you can keep $12 a month. And I'm not saying if it had been $100, I would have taken it, but it was more of just like at $12. First of all, it's not worth the effort, but it's also leave that money for.
Can you knock it
people,
up to like 18? Because then I could get a really good 4-pack of beer.
Right. Or a really good steak at least. I get a small sirloin or a strip. I mean,
depends,
or
Brian.
T-bone.
I went up to Ann Arbor, hit some grocery stores because I do that sometimes, and you can get grass-fed ribeyes up there were like $26 a pound. It was lunacy.
Yikes! Okay, well, I could probably get half of a good steak.
Bro,
then.
I'm actually because Michelle's into it. What I've been thinking about getting into CBD oil. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've been wondering about it myself.
She says it really dials down her anxiety. Which I mean that's cool and stuff. I like that, but I'm like I have problems sleeping sometimes and aches and pains.
Yeah.
And we actually have in Toledo here. We have it's called the Toledo Hemp Center. I'm thinking about taking a drive over there. Be like, hey, here's what I got. What do you got? Because obviously medical marijuana is not legal in Ohio. It's just a CBD. But I mean, she seems to be a big fan of it because she bought some when we went up to Ann Arbor.
I thought medical was allowed, but not recreational.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Medical is in Ohio, but I don't have a card or anything. Like I'm not looking for the THC. I just want the.
Well,
want the healing power. I don't want to get the. I don't want to talk to Jesus or anything.
I mean, depends on if he's a nice guy,
Because I'm getting up there. 4 decades of age. Feeling a little achy sometimes.
I know.
So I don't know. I don't know. I just, my brain's everywhere. It's probably because I've been whacking down beers.
Nah, it's fine. No, I was actually having this actual thought the other day. I don't remember what it was. I was watching and somebody was talking about it, like basically similar to what you had said. She said, about about anxiety and stuff, and that's. My anxiety is, I honestly, I've said it on the Crazy Life and stuff too. It's like, I think I'm beyond anxiety. I think I have anxiety, but I honestly think it's more out and out fear than anxiety. So I think it's like for me, it starts as anxiety, becomes fear, and then I get anxiety also added on top of it. It's basically a sandwich.
His levels are over
Sandwich.
9,000. Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
she says it's been really working for her. It's only been a couple weeks, but yeah. I mean, because it so happened at the grocery store we were at that had the like crazy expensive steaks, which I've actually bought some steaks from there before, and they're delicious. But they're like the lady we're talking to. She's like, "Oh, we should download the app because this week we're having a special on apothecary stuff, and it counts this." So it was like 25% off, and it was crazy.
The fact that they call it apothecary stuff makes me
expect.
I know. It's like, what are we playing,
right?
Fable here?
But I've been kind of because I wake up every day and I'm hurting, I'm aching, and I've heard it's really good for that too. So I've been thinking about dipping my toes into the old CBD pond.
I like it.
I mean, I guess if I do, I'll let you know how I feel.
I'm not against. Yeah, it's one of those that it's like whatever works for you. I'm not against people doing stuff if they get some benefit out of it, as long as it's nothing. Like I use heroin and it keeps the pain away.
So many benefits out of meth, man. I get so much done.
Like, dude, and I don't have to go to the dentist anymore.
I suck a mean dick. I got so much done. Like, whoa. Easy, meth head over there.
I can do the 10 now.
Double barrel blowjobs.
The teeth ain't in the way.
I'm ski pulling.
Oh my.
Yeah, right.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I got a little something.
All
for you,
right.
if you're interested. I do.
Do you? Oh, I do. Yeah,
I think you might enjoy this. Because, I mean, I'm going to give you a quick quiz. Who do you not want to fuck with?
I mean, the consensus would be
Wu-Tang Clan. So New York City officially gets its own Wu-Tang Clan district. So New York City officially named the streets of Park Hill, the Staten Island neighborhood. Some members of the Wu-Tang Clan I can't read. The Wu-Tang Clan hail from as the Wu-Tang Clan district. How great is that?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I can't wait for is 20 years in the future when somebody's dropping their first, whatever it's called at the time, album, and they start referencing how they're from the Wu.
Yeah, right. I hail from or wrestlers hailing from the Wu-Tang Clan district. Yeah.
I love it.
I thought that was amazing. Oh geez. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was terrific
What's
when I
going
heard there was having a Wu-Tang Clan district.
Yeah.
Which we really need to get a friend of the show, Prado, got back on the show.
Yeah.
Get some insight from him. Yeah,
That's
Staten Island Jesus himself. Not so much anymore. Staten Island Daddy.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he about that life now.
I mean, I can't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, it's fine.
Because you get to keep it in. I mean, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You hope anyway.
Really. That'd be weird if you didn't. Do you remember, Brian?
Very strange. Oh,
Sorry,
boy.
I'm all over the board.
No, I'm just curious where this segue goes.
I said you get to keep it in, and you're like, well, maybe. Do you remember, Brian, one of my favorite insults ever from our old boss, good old Perry at the comic shop? Sometimes it runs through my head when I think of people. It's the old, you weren't born. The old, your dad jerked off on a rock and you were hatched.
Yeah.
I don't know why that makes me laugh.
I don't know, but it always made me laugh too.
Enough of that. Do you got anything else, Brian?
Let's do it. I have like two things. All right. So first one was like we were tagged about this on the Facebooks by our friend Dan.
Dan the man.
And apparently Natty Light is looking for interns to get paid to drink beer. Yeah.
You don't say.
It says they're looking for a natty intern this summer to literally get paid to drink beer.
I mean, I'm not a big Natty fan, but I would. Ooh, I just saw they have an official website for the rules. Hold on.
Yeah.
Boom. All right, pulling it up.
I was gonna say the guy who's in charge of shit, I forgot. I missed his name. Oh, the website says that they're all you have to be is a well-rounded, fun-loving human being who knows how to get things done. Says you should also be familiar with social media and have basic computer and social media skills. Just be cool, the website says, and also 21.
Naturally.
Leon says some of the intern's responsibilities will include attending sporting events and traveling to cool places.
So
it's an 8-week internship.
So basically, they're just looking for somebody to just be like a woo person for Natty.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Deadline on it is April 19th. Or May 19th, I'm sorry. May 19th. Yeah, May 19th. So Tony and I can still get our applications in. And, pick dick pics.
Cheddar wrap dick pics.
So, yeah. I wonder I wonder how many times you have to say the word Natterday for them.
Natterday. I'm going to try one of those sometime. We left the old tin can too early last time we were there.
Okay. We need to find out if we can just get singles of that somewhere. Can? Well, I mean, so we can do like an All the Beers pod.
Natterday. We can go straight live on YouTube with it.
Okay, right. I'm in.
Yeah.
We're gonna hate that beer.
I'm gonna see if they have a Natterday merch because I'm clicking on it. And it just leads you to other websites? That's dumb. All right.
Eek. So, speaking of beer stuffs, I saw your All the Beers post today that Sam Adams and Dogfish Head
merch. How crazy is that? I mean, I enjoy both breweries, but Dev and I were kind of talking a little bit on Instagram too.
Yeah.
I have a hard time classifying Boston Beer Company as a microbrew still.
Yeah, even though by definition they are.
But I have a hard time with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, at night you got, Boston Beer East Side, Dogfish Head West Side. They're both massive, and now they merged. It's like a $300 million deal.
Yeah, that was the part that blew me away. Like, I know Sam Adams is worth some big money, but I didn't realize Dogfish Head was worth as much as they're worth. Like, I knew they've been successful, but I didn't realize
it's crazy,
how successful.
Isn't it? I've actually, the Dogfish Head guy, whose name eludes me, he's...
We'll call him Dogfish Head.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Dogfish Head. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said Bob, but we'll go with Steve.
He's actually had a YouTube series on, I think, Munchies, maybe, where he would just go and drink beer or make beer with, like, celebrities. And it was actually kind of entertaining. And I didn't, like, this guy was a complete, like, loser in college and basically a dropout, but he liked making beer, and look at him now. I know, it's, like,
that's
good for
awesome
him.
For him, yeah.
But, that kind of, that kind of, like, I think I'm going to actually, spoiler for next week. I think I'm going to do all the beers where I do their two top beers, which is, of course, the Boston Lager from Sam Adams.
Yeah.
And Dogfish Head is the 60-minute IPA. Because according to Untappd, at least, those are the two top trending beers. I think I'm going to do
that would have been.
Yeah. I'm going to do a dual.
So you're going to pour them into one and then drink it to see their collaboration is.
Just review them both.
All right. I thought you were going to do the merger and then see if it was a good idea.
That's not a bad idea to do at the end, to do a merger and see how it goes.
Oh, it's going to be so bad.
Yeah, that was pretty wild, though.
Each beer is fine.
It's like...
I'm with you, though. It is tough when you start looking at... Like, because honestly, a few years ago when Sam Adams or Boston, whatever the company's called... Boston Beer Company, thank you. When they were like, we're blah, 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 microbrew. And I'm like, they're microbrew? And I looked and I was like, oh, okay, by government definition, they are
Well,
microbrew. Okay, but it's like you don't feel like microbrew.
Because like so I was talking to Dev, I had to look it up. You know what else is like Boston Beer Company's second biggest microbrew company? You want to know who's number one? Yingling. Which seems crazy to me. Because that feels like a standard issue beer, but it's not. It's technically a craft beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It blew my mind when both of them actually, because it wasn't long after that I actually found out about Yingling too, that they're classified as. I was reading some article and it was showing like the top microbrew companies, and when I saw Yingling, I was like,
like what?
Huh, because like how are they microbrew? But yeah,
it seems weird.
Boston Beer Company actually seems weirder to me because I know plenty of people I've talked to online where they don't get Yingling.
Yeah, because it's not widely distributed still. It's kind of like Florida, it's Pennsylvania, because it originated out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It's in Ohio, but not Michigan. Well, at least last I knew of. I don't know if it's up here yet.
It still isn't in Michigan.
It's just nuts because it's home is Pennsylvania.
Although
it's so weird how a beer gets to Florida, but not here.
I will say this is weird, and I know the theory behind it, or whatever, the science behind it. But like the Yingling we get here does taste different than the Florida Yingling.
Oh, it definitely does. I've had both.
Up here to use corn, down there to use wheat and stuff. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it's
a much
different
flavor,
taste down there.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Huh. All right. Well, there you go, kids. There's a little look into all the beers pod.
That's something I was planning on doing that coming up.
Yeah, I figured so. I just wanted to bring it up on here because just you and I to talk about it.
Yeah, it's just... I mean, obviously, beer's big business now. Speaking of beer, Brian, we need to get to that one that's right up the road from you.
Yeah, you're right. We do.
Anyway,
yeah, that needs to happen.
We should do that real soon. Wait.
Yeah. All right. So
maybe next week. I'm off a couple
days
in a row.
All right. Yeah, that works. Because we're slightly over 2 hours here.
Right. We should
but I got something that I stumbled across today that I kind of think might become a regular-ish segment on here. Yeah, I forgot what I was looking at. It's a newsletter that I had signed up for recently, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Anyway, they had some things that said that they were like shower thoughts. Which are like those rando questions that pop in your head in the shower a lot of times. That's actually where I'm going with this. Because they had the link at the bottom, and that's where the ones they posted came from were from r/shower thoughts. And so I was like, I'm going to read a couple of these, and then we'll be on our merry way, kind of a thing. Because, like one of them I saw was a good one that was a plastic T-Rex toy may actually contain parts of a real T-Rex.
I mean, that's accurate. Yeah.
Right. So, like, I just love these kind of little things. This one here I loved, which was dad jokes are where a man's creative energies go when it is no longer appropriate to use pickup lines. This one I think I've heard before, but it's if you donate 1 kidney, you're someone's hero. If you donate 5, you're a suspect. Right. This one was interesting. I actually had to click on it because I was looking at less than 100% of people who have died are dead.
Wait, what?
Because there's less than 100% of people who have died are dead. Think about it
because they
this
die
way.
and come back.
What's his name?
Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. Because when I first read it,
you said that the first time. I did the same thing. I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good one. I was like, huh. Because
it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's all right.
Hey, it's all right, lassie.
Okay. Old people who struggle using computers are probably hindering the growth of AI that learns from users.
That's pretty funny. That's when eventually the laptop would just shoot a needle out through their neck or something.
Yeah. Right. You can answer a door, but you can't question a door.
I have questioned doors. Why won't you open?
I've heard you question doors.
I'm just saying. That one's false.
Yeah. Dang it, there's one or two other ones. Well, this one here was the crowds at ancient Aztec human sacrifices must have had a few cynics nudging each other, going, this is all fucking crazy, right?
I mean, that's accurate.
Which
you can't deny that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is amazing that happened to where people just sat around and watched animals or just men tear each other apart. Just literally tear each other apart.
What else are you going to do, though? Go fuck behind the fern again?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could do both.
Depends on the size of the fern.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got to make sure you see over it so you can still see what's
machete and clear it out a little bit.
Yep. All right, so I got a couple more here. This September will be the first time that adults exist who are not alive for 9/11.
That's weird. Fuck.
Yeah.
Super old.
Right? Mario in reverse is him divorcing Peach and bringing Bowser back to life so he can torment her, then running away.
I never assumed Mario and Peach got married. I always assumed he just banged her.
I didn't either.
Like he just threw that Italian plumber dick at her.
Right. And occasionally he kept trying to talk her into three-ways with
exactly.
Luigi.
Yeah, I got the brother. He's a needy.
Or if she wanted to or if things got weird, Waluigi.
Exactly.
That's what the W stood for.
Waluigi's just in the closet and slightly cracked open. Just cranking away.
Yeah, just laughing. Yeah, just laughing
exactly.
and cranking.
Like, no wonder as much as it's a little crazy.
Yep. All right. So the money you have in your possession isn't yours. It's just your turn with
That's accurate.
And this is the last one I'm going to read here for today. Is even if 99% of the world's population thinks you're ugly, 750,000 people still find you attractive.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a positive thinking right there.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're ending on that one. So with that, head over to SaltyLanguage.com. All our links are there. Thanks to anyone who watched live or anyone who watches this via the playback. We appreciate it.
I apologize for the 7 minutes of just dead air while my dog was shitting.
Yeah, that was whatever. But wow, yeah. So if for some reason you liked this one,
this one was a mess.
Make sure you click the thumbs up and also subscribe and hit the notifications thing and tell all your friends and whatever to help us out if you would. If you want to reach out to the show, like I said, if you want to find out about the Game of Thrones tweet that I didn't post, you can hit me up. You can message us at salty_language. If you have your own shower thoughts, I would love to hear them.
True.
This isn't a Q of the W situation. This is just a going forward thing. If you have a good shower thought, please send it in. You can message us at salty_language. You can find me
You can find me at Monotony, aka Monotony.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, hit us up on. I'm really not going to promote Snapchat much anymore because it's kind of like a dead soldier.
That's fair. No, I was me.
I know
your other show.
You can hit us up on Salty Language Pod on YouTube's, of course. Subscribe, Salty Language Pod on motherfucking Instagram, dog. And you can find me personally. I also do another podcast called All the Beers Pod, allthebeerspod.com. And it's All the Beers Pod on Twitter and Instagram because fuck you, Facebook. And it's me talking about beers. Brian?
Yep, and you can also catch me over at The Crazy Life with Heno and Jen. Again, that show can be found pretty much everywhere you find this show. It's at The Crazy Life Pod on Twitter if you want to follow us over there. I basically just post when new episodes go up. I really should do more with that, but it's all that work and stuff.
All that work and stuff.
Yeah. So I guess there's that. If, again, if you need a link for social media of some sort for us, head over to saltylanguage.com. Things there. As well as Have you put a link to all the beers pod on there yet?
No, because you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't even know if I updated for the last show. That's how fucked up my life's been lately. Yeah,
Fair enough.
I need to update our website.
Well,
I need to get on it and make sure. Won't be tonight. I'm like a few beers in. I'm going to bed after this, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah. So in the future.
Oh yeah, I need to put a link
It'll
there
be
for it.
But if not, hit us up. We can get you whatever you need for it. And yeah. So until next week, have all the beers.
Yes, please.
Since we're just talking so heavy about it right now, I might as
Appreciate
well
that.
again.
Preach,
Right?
preach. Stay salty, you mugs out there. Stay salty.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm gonna start the hashtag that I mentioned to you a week or two ago. I'm just gonna say it here, and I'll probably start using it occasionally, which is support Salty Pods.
I like it.
And
all right, we're still streaming live, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that much longer because I gotta piss like a maniac.
So, like off a balcony onto a crowd of people?
Yeah, with like twin machine guns. It's crazy.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty
so
maniacal.
I'm actually gonna stop the stream. Anyone who watched the 2.5 hours of the stream, I don't even know because I don't have it pulled up. Shout out to you. Yeah, and we got to start pulling more viewers in somehow. It doesn't help that it's not, and that's unfortunately my fault. Is that it's not consistent. Yeah. Hopefully, eventually, it'll get more consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and on the upside, theoretically, this gives us, an opportunity to
yeah, that's true. We're
so maybe they'll get better along the way.
Yeah, exactly. Allegedly. But I'm gonna shout out to you people watching or whoever watched or whoever sits down and listens to this in a cubicle, whatever. Love you guys. But I'm gonna stop the stream momentarily. You got anything else to say to these people, Brian?
Nope, you covered it.
We out.